power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grab zoomer.
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
Hey, you found one of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them. Notice how each Blue Eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power. This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling Blue Eco through your body. Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
Hey, you found one of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all. Wow! That last scout fly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them. Notice how each Blue Eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power. This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling Blue Eco through your body.
Than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of Blue Eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
Did it!
Eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years. Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos or one big green one to increase your health. Jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
4 precursor cell.
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away, then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
I know I could have got Spiral, but I want to Jack and Daxter.
Hey! Little furry dude! Oh, I thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything, you know? Right now, I couldn't chisel my way out of a box. I think she ran away to that misty island. Oh, I just hope she's all right. It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island. Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes. there must be something that can bust them open.
Ouch!
Hey! That pelican just snagged a power cell! Let's go kick some big bird butt! Quick! We have to get to the power cell before the pelican scoops it up again! Ahooga! Ahooga! Dive for those orbs, Jack! Dive!
Huh?
What a weird-looking thing! I'll bet we can get this open if you power up with that zappy blue eco
Yeah.
stuff.
Ow. We should open that.
decided to unblock my collectors. I would offer my congratulations, but you have so much to do I won't waste your time. By the way, if things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
wheels! Let's buzz them for kicks.
Caused an avalanche. Let's check it out. We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
Good job. Now meet me down here by the egg. Oh, my. I hope the poor dear's okay. Here's a power cell for your valor.
Oh, no! No, 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 no!
Look, isn't that cute? It thinks you're its mama.
Ah! I'm not your mom. You see any feathers here?
Oh, love at first sight. Oh. Listen, boys. I'll take this little chick back to the village with me and work with the sage to take care of her.
Yeah! Didn't even have to ask her to do it. I just done it. Just like that. So we can... Hurricane! Hurricane! Hurricane!
You gotta bring in the cops for the jailbreak. Gotta milk those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get them back into the corral? Hey, my yak cows are still on the loose. Could you bring them back for me already?
C2. C2.
Wow! Check out that funky sculpture sitting on the rocks over there.
Damn it.
That lazy farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him.
Ah, well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
I gotta use that. Sonic boom! No way, I fuck Sonic. Sonic's a piece of shit. Oh shit!
This must be a precursor oracle like the sage always goes on about. I hope they weren't as ugly in person.
Who awakens the oracle? Wait, one of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return. Present to me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain. For your gift, another power cell is yours.
How did he not fall off?
Step 1, stay alive. Step 2, think about not doing something like that again! I was right behind you, Jack! Really, I was.
That's creepy. Did you see his mouth and the fucking spikes?
To fuel my heat shield. You can't cross Fire Canyon until you collect enough power cells.
Sounds like Crash Bandicoot speedrun music.
Well, hello there, my dear boy. You've caught me at a most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 precursor orbs so he can get under, 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 so he can get under.
I'm gonna have to end this here.